Hello, my divinities. Welcome, welcome. So we are going to get today's reading started. Today's collective. Let me just turn on this incense. Hold on. It did come to my attention. Thank you to the few people who mentioned the fact that I haven't done the fire sign collectives. I do apologize for that. I have been moving and relocating, so it's been eventful and it slipped my mind. I thought I had done them all. Apparently not. So I will get caught up with those most likely from Sunday through Tuesday, I mean. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started with today's collective. We start with Tulsi. Ooh, wealth. Okay. Number 19. What else? Dragon's Blood. Anima Mundi, number 51. And at the bottom of the deck, we've got 33. Arnica, teacher. Okay. Nice. All right, so let's see these messages. All right, so with number 33, if I could pick it up. Let's start with this one. With number 33, upright, it represents loyalty, commitment, perseverance, teacher, stability, companionship, community, and unique path. Reversed, it represents an individualist, finding your own way, lone wolf, overly independent, avoiding confrontation. And it's ruled by Saturn. Also known as a mountain deity, wolf's bane, leopard's bane, and mountain tobacco, Arnica grows abundantly in alpine meadows in Europe and North America. Several Native American tribes, including the Coulda, use the roots of Arnica cardifolia, or heartleaf arnica, to prepare a pain-relieving tea. European remedies date back to the 16th century, where arnica was used to treat black eyes, sprains, and contusions. Arnica preparations have been extensively found in Russian folk medicine, where it was used as an external treatment for wounds, black eyes, sprains, contusions, uterine hemorrhages, heart and artery issues, and numerous other applications. Partly because ingestion is shown to cause severe liver damage and internal bleeding, topical applications have proven to be most effective in assisting in tissue regeneration. Arnica stimulates a great amount of blood flow, allowing it to rapidly relieve pain and swelling and aid in healing bruises and hematomas. The first written record of arnica appears in the Middle Ages, where it is referred to as alisma. Back then, it was used for many of the same reasons that we use it today. Old tales describe how arnica was planted at the corners of fields during the summer solstice to protect from evil field spirits. Direct contact with these spirits was associated with sickness and bad luck. Other folk tales describe the use of arnica on and around the solstice when it bloomed, and using the plants to trap corn wolf, rye wolf, and grain wolf spirits, preventing them from leaving until the grain was ready for harvest. Arnica's extraordinary pain-relieving, wound, and bone-healing properties fall under Saturn's rulership. Energetically, arnica embodies Saturn by supporting our energy to heal and mend after trauma. Now, the guidance that comes with that, it says arnica has long been associated with wolf medicine, symbolizing loyalty, leadership, community, intuition, and instinctual intelligence. Wolf, like arnica, teaches us how to become resilient teachers so that we experience greater knowing and help others as they seek their own path. When arnica grows in the wild, it is found in unique and mystical patches, showing us its unique form of manifestation and growth. Like wolf, it does not follow established pathways. It finds its own way off the beaten path, defying patterns of habit. Draw upon the power of your tribe to discover the power of co-creative support. Holding your unique power within a community further empowers your vision and capacity. Like a wolf, be fiercely loyal to your tribe while also upholding your unique talent. Okay. Now, let's see number 19. So number 19, Tulsi, wealth. Upright, it represents true wealth, prosperity, charismatic, vivacious, luxury, beauty, auspicious. Reversed, it represents naivete, vanity, ignorance, emptiness, immaturity, obsession of the material world. It is ruled by Mercury and Jupiter. Tulsi, also known as Tulasi, is frequently mentioned as one of the main pillars of herbal medicine in ancient Ayurvedic texts, some dating back to as far as 5000 BC. It is known as the incomparable one, the queen of herbs, and the mother medicine of nature. In the ancient Vedic text, the Bhagavata Purana, the queen of herbs, is noted as the plant embodiment of Lakshmi, wife of Vishnu, and known as goddess of wealth and generosity. In Hindu mythology, Tulsi is regarded as a living gateway between heaven and earth and believed to be a manifestation of the divine within. Along trade routes from Asia to Europe, Christians used Tulsi in rituals and called it holy basil. Across cultures, Tulsi was regarded as a symbol of divinity and purity. Found in many Ayurvedic formulas, Tulsi is regarded as rasayana, master plants that assist in longevity and rejuvenation. It has been used to treat intestinal gas, colds, flu, headache, migraines, anxiety, weakness, memory enhancement, premature aging, tumors, and much more. With its ability to enhance cerebral circulation and memory, Tulsi greatly embodies the archetype of Mercury, the great communicator who governs our conscious mind, perception, understanding, along with primarily the nervous system and respiratory system. Tulsi is also ruled by Mercury's polarity Jupiter, as it's an adaptogenic plant that increases longevity, immunity, while having a strong, auspicious nature known to boost spiritual abilities. So the guidance that comes with this is the Tulsi goddess sits proudly facing her beautiful peacock, symbolizing heaven on earth. She raises her arms with grace, aiming them like wands to catalyze magic and wealth. The fountain is centered between the goddess and peacock, representing the wellspring created between earth, the manifest world, the heaven, the spirit world. Peacock embodies the medicine of auspiciousness, magic, and beauty, reminding us that we are the living gateway to the greatest of mysteries. Tulsi is here today to teach that the key to Jupiter's doorway, abundance, and wisdom is to live, create, and communicate from a place of wonder, innocence, and impeccability, rather than doubt and confusion. Don't be fooled by material possessions or the vanity often worshipped in the material world. Tune into deeper realities that abound around you. Be spontaneous and celebrate your temple just as you are. Okay. And last but not least, dragon's blood. Okay, so upright represents oneness, merging with the divine, access to the world's soul, occult knowledge, initiation, universal donor, entry into the great void. Reversed, it represents lost in the unknown, dark magic, overwhelm, inner conflict, blocked spiritual light. And it is ruled by the Black Moon, Lilith, and Pluto. Ooh. So also known as sangre de drago or sangre de grado in Amazonia and South America, this plant has a long history of indigenous use in the rainforest. The sap itself looks just like blood, la sangre, and it was often painted on wounds to promote healing and seal them to prevent infection, as well as taken internally to prevent or stop internal bleeding. Indigenous people have used it in a myriad of ways, externally for wounds, fractures, hemorrhages, hemorrhoids, and skin disorders, internally for acid reflux, ulcers, and colitis, and as an antiviral. This crucial and life-saving medicine was and still is a staple for thousands of tribal peoples. Physically, dragon's blood is the epitome of Plutonian and Scorpionic energy, as both archetypes rule the symbol of blood. Shamans have used dragon's blood in spell work, rituals of protection, purification, and consecration. In Christian art, the dragon was symbolic of evil and sin, yet many other traditions hold that serpent deities like dragons are benevolent, sharp-eyed dwellers that hold the mystery of the great void. So, the guidance that comes with this is dragons are ancient guardians of the earth, symbolizing hidden knowledge and auspicious powers of supernatural origin. Dragons are etheric beings that inhabit the deepest pockets of the ethers and have dominion over the four elements. Dragon's blood core oozes blood, representing the collective blood, the blood of nature, and serving as a gateway to the anima mundi, the world soul. As you enter the all-seeing portal of the great void, don't shy away from its vastness. Embrace it as you are undergoing this great initiation. Within this awakening, you will discover the unique pattern you contribute to the great tapestry of life. Whew, that was a mouthful. Okay, so Now that we have the basis for today's foundation, or the foundation of today's reading, let's go ahead and get started. What is today's collective concern? Oh, 5 of Swords. Not great. Not great at all. Oh, damn. Okay. Okay. So 5 of Swords, 10 of Swords. Whew. This is either a huge misunderstanding that's actually leading to an end, or wow. So this could have been a relationship that at one time was very beautiful, was very harmonious, and then there seemed to be some distance that eventually led to misunderstandings and now an ending. Let's see, what does that have to do with today's collective? Now, when I say a connection, I mean like it doesn't have to be romantic. Take it as it applies, if it applies to your situation. Clarify 5 of Swords. Now, so this could have been a misunderstanding. This could have been gossip. King of Pentacles, Knight of Swords. This could have been, you know, people roasting one of the people in the relationship, the Lovers and the 3 of... See? Okay. Well, I was trying to not make it romantic, but... So... one of the people in the relationship lacked boundaries. Maybe they didn't really know. With the 5 of Swords, maybe they didn't really know how much to keep between themselves and their partner, how much to tell other people, or how much to let other people influence their connection. One of the two. Because the 5 of Swords can be that energy of, you know how men especially tend to, well, I shouldn't say especially, because honestly that's just a human thing. They tend to kind of gently be like, oh, you and your ugly little boyfriend or your ugly little girlfriend, you know, it's kind of like, they call it gentle bullying. They call it being playful, but it's actually just being a bully. So I don't know if this King of Pentacles was the one subjected to this, or the King of Pentacles was the one doing this, because we have a Knight of Swords here. A Knight of Swords is someone who doesn't measure their words. They don't know when to stop because they're young, they're immature. So I'm not sure. As the story develops, we'll get more clarity about whether the King of Pentacles was the one, you know, kind of playfully bullying the Knight of Swords, or the Knight of Swords was the one doing this to the King. Or the King is the Knight of Swords and was doing this to someone else. But this is a definite love connection. Not only over here did we see the 10 of Cups and the 2 of Cups, we've got the Lovers and the 3 of Swords. So this is it doesn't matter what type of relationship it was, whether it was romantic or not. It's a relationship that was tested. Saturn is tests. But because we are talking about Arnica, right? That was a Saturnian healer. Tests are also teachers, right? Just because something is tested doesn't mean nothing came out of it. It could have been a very unpleasant situation, and yet both people learned a lot about themselves and each other through this connection. Let's see. Let's keep going. What else do we need to know about this connection? Sun. With the High Priest, which is basically the Hierophant. Okay, so this is taking a little bit of a different turn. With the 5 of Swords, somebody might have approached the other person in a spirit of mischief. And when I say the spirit of mischief, I mean like they might have not had great intentions, and yet when they did approach, there was a lot of happiness. They were touched. Their heart was touched. Whether by, look, there's the Three of Swords. It was a painful lesson, but it taught. I'm going to say it was the King of Pentacles, okay? Because I don't feel like this is someone going to the King of Pentacles. I feel like the King of Pentacles, maybe this is someone who's financially very stable, but in other aspects of their life, they're very immature. And they might have approached a lover, whether male or female, in the spirit of mischief. And it turns out that person taught them a lot and made them very happy. Clarify the Sun. Oh, Nine of Swords. Wheel of Fortune reversed. Ooh. Eight of Wands reversed. Interesting. And the deck is not fully reversed. Those are the only ones that came out reversed. The deck is upright. With the Four of the Four of Swords keeps showing up. I really feel like this was a connection that healed both people in massive ways. But this might have been more like a karmic relationship. And I think maybe this story is here because some of us, when we go through a karmic relationship, we tend to get very bitter, very angry at the person who hurt us, when in reality, it's pulling up pieces of our healing that we needed to address. Because we definitely see devastation, we see sorrow, we see anxiety, unable to sleep, feeling like this was bad luck. It was my bad luck to encounter this person. And with the Eight of Wands reversed. So when the Eight of Wands is upright, that's Sagittarius Mercury. When it's reversed, it's Gemini Mercury. But because it's reversed, it's not the best part of Gemini Mercury. And whoever's the lover to this King of Pentacles or Knight of Swords, they felt like this person was two-faced with me. Now, Gemini is twins, right? So this person might have felt like, oh, once upon a time I thought they were my twin flame, especially because we did get the lovers. And now they're like, oh no, that's a false twin flame. That's a this, that, when in reality, and I've explained this, maybe this is why this collective is coming through. We can have multiple people that feel like a twin flame because nobody is your specific twin flame. There's people that have the potential. So if you are on the twin flame path, if you're meant to have a partner that feels like, the other half of your soul, there will be other people that feel that way. They have the potential to fit you that way. Whether they choose to grow and measure up to the healing that comes through this connection will define whether they are your twin flame or not. There's no specific person that is the twin flame. They choose to be the twin flame. Just like there's no such thing as a chosen, it's the people who choose this path, the spiritual path, okay? So they not only felt like this was bad luck, this was, I saw two different faces to that person. I don't even know who they are anymore, but without realizing it, the High Priest here, this was very much a spiritually guided lesson. They could have made it a very karmic connection and just been back and forth, because there does seem to be some back and forth. But let's see what else, before I continue speaking on it, what else do we need to know about this connection? See? Wow, and the King of Swords. I feel like this is because Mercury Gemini is also gossip. I feel like either this is a king who let himself be guided by gossip. Either the gossip led this person towards another person, or the gossip pulled them away from a person. We'll see. Clarify Ten of Cups. The Hanged Man. That one came out sideways, so we're going to leave it sideways. Clarify. Ooh. Okay, there we have it. King of Swords. This could be same sex, because so far we got King of Pentacles with the Knight of Swords and a King of Swords. And this High Priestess. Again, gender doesn't really matter, because it could be same sex, but it could also be maybe there's a feminine who has very masculine mental energy, or the other way around, there's a feminine who's very playful mentally and has more finances than this person. Either way. This did feel both twice. Twice we've gotten a card that really indicates like strong happiness, strong bliss, strong, this is my person, this is who I want to be with. This is sideways, because I think with the King of Swords, I feel like whoever the King of Swords is, not only is very intuitive, there's somebody who sees the world from a very different perspective. But it's sideways because it's like sometimes this person is practical, and sometimes they see the truth and the clarity, and other times they get very caught up in their feelings and their emotions. This might have started as a friendship, or one of the two, because of the Five of Swords, was already in a commitment. So it felt like, well, this is already a game that was meant to be lost as soon as it started. Like, why would you start this? Look, Two of Swords, King of Cups. This could definitely be same sex, or it could be the fact that two people just find a lot of likeness in each other. And it's so strange because these cards are such opposing energy, like happiness, joy, success, and then defeat and failure. And it came out with the Ten of Swords too. So let's see, clarify. Wow. The Devil. And the Eight of Wands. What? Clarify the Devil. Why is the Devil here? Ace of Pentacles. Ten of Pentacles. Three of Wands. Nine of Wands. Eight of Pentacles. Oof. Oh, okay. Okay. So the Five of Swords can also represent the energy of somebody who will have what they want at any cost. No matter what the cost is, they will have what they want. And that could also be what this represents. It could be somebody who felt like, I really want this, because this is almost like obsessive level of happiness. Somebody deciding immediately, like they might have either fallen in love at first sight, or this is like intense love quickly, feeling all these overwhelming feelings, and knowing that this was serious. This was not just some random situation. This was the real deal. This was the person that they wanted to build stability with, build their family with. Like, whoever this is for, the person that they wanted to be with, as soon as they met this person, because Eight of Wands, this happened quickly. This person fell quickly. They felt like, I already missed this person, and I've never even been with them, which to me gives a lot of past life energy. That same feeling of like, why do I miss this person when I literally just met them? Why do I already crave their presence when I was just with them a few minutes ago? Nine of Wands. This made this person very cautious. It made them very suspicious of this connection. Like, what is it about this person that with the Eight of Pentacles here, I really think about spending every day with them. Like, I think about going grocery shopping with them. I think about drinking our coffee together in the morning. Like, I would happily spend the rest of my life and the rest of my days with this person, and I don't even know them like that. What the fuck is this? So somebody here is getting very suspicious. Okay. Let's see. So that's also a Five of Swords energy, because it means that they might sabotage the connection out of fear. Ace of Swords. Six of Swords. Or this could have been somebody who, although they felt a lot with the Nine of Wands, they had been kind of holding back, and finally they're like, you know what, fuck it, let's just stop. Let's stop holding back. Let's figure out what this is. Well, Six of Swords is a moving forward card, but Six of Swords in the Ace is the Seven of Swords. So it's like someone has decided to move forward, but they're still going to be strategic about it. Let's clarify Ace of Swords. I've got the Star, Nine of Swords, and the King of Wands. The Hierophant. This is interesting because, okay, I'm going to say the reason we keep seeing kings is because this is the king's story. It's not really showing us who their partner is yet. The partner so far has shown up as the sun, the devil, the star. But they're not really showing who the partner is, because this king is the one that keeps showing up. So far we've seen all four kings. There's most likely an emperor. And they're sitting here with their arms crossed like, I don't know about this, because I just met this person. I don't know them well. And I already know, that's the clarity. Like, I already know I want to be with them. And with the Nine of Swords, this is driving them a little insane. Because with the King of Wands, this is someone who's very attractive. They're usually, or normally, they're very smooth. They're flirty. They're charming. They are easily, people are easily captivated by them. But it's rare that they ever meet somebody that they are captivated by. And with the Hierophant this is the second time the Hierophant has come out. The reason the Knight of Swords is here, I was afraid it was like bullying. No, with the Knight of Swords and the Hierophant, it's that this person is surprised by how quickly they want to rush forward and like propose. And they're just like, that's insane. What's going on? This is crazy. I don't know. No, slow down. They're telling themselves like, this is wild. What am I doing? Now, they are going to move forward. So if they haven't even approached this feminine or whoever the partner is, if they haven't even approached them, I think that they will. But it's definitely putting a strain on them to have to hold back, because they've got a lot of feelings for this feminine. Seven of Cups. Look, there's this... Seven of Cups, Four of Cups. This is someone who fantasizes about their partner. They get lost in thoughts of what it would be like to, fall asleep together, what it would be like to eat brunch on Sundays, and what if they raised pets or raised kids. Let's see. Clarify Seven of Cups. We've got the Magician. Clarify Seven of Cups. The Nine of Wands. Clarify Seven of Cups. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Okay. So the feminine is shown up as a High Priestess and the Magician. That's why the Nine of Wands is here. This person may look at this feminine like they are somebody who's witchy, somebody who's esoteric. And there's fear. That's why they've been fighting this. They're fighting this because they may be afraid that this feminine is pulling them in magically, energetically. That's why they've been so resistant. That's how they've been fighting it, because their desire is very strong. And normally they don't feel such a strong desire so quickly. That's probably why we have Tulsi here, because this whoever it is that's so attractive to this emperor most likely has like strong divine feminine energy, and they're very drawn by it. It's magnetic, it's very enticing, it's captivating, it's charming, it's enchanting. But because it is so enchanting, this person is like, wait, is this natural? Like, am I naturally so into this person, or are they doing some black magic, some voodoo, juju, whatever? They're scared. Which in a way tells us this emperor is not somebody who's very spiritual, because I think you can tell the difference between somebody doing black magic on you and it being more like a past life thing. So, okay, I'm going to stop part 1 here. If you are already on Patreon, then I will see you on the other side for part 2. And if you're not on Patreon, then I hope you subscribe so you can watch part 2. And if you want to show me that you appreciate my time and energy, if you want to in the comments put your thoughts, how this resonated with you, if it resonated with you, or even just the emojis in the title, that I would appreciate that. Okay, love you guys. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.